Hello, my dear friends. Here we are again in this beautiful morning with these beautiful flowers, with this beautiful air after the rain. And so we will talk today about the our book with the sun like this. This is the Italian version. In English, it's called A Way to Balance. My name is ROMOLI MAURIZIO, and I'm from Italy, and today we will explain a little bit of the chapter 18. It's called The Turtle and the Crane. These are two very important exercises that I would like to show you. They belong to the Taoist world, and with a little bit of arrangement by myself to increase the power of the exercises and to mix cultures, because I suggest to practice these exercises with the Jalandharabandha. It's something that comes from the south of the Himalaya, from the Indian world, from the yoga world, and from pranayama. And so I suggest the samavritti pranayama during the exercises from the same culture, and the control belt in the respiration, that is part, always part, again part of the Indian culture. So let's begin with these exercises. The turtle is a very important exercise. There's an ancient tale. They say that in the past there was this group of people that were stranded inside a cave, trapped inside a cave, and in the beginning they were afraid to be in a very, very difficult situation in which they could die by starvation. No food available, no water. And how can we survive in this environment? The air, they could get air because there were, little fractures and they had air. So one of these people said to the others, we don't have to worry. I know an exercise that can feed us. We have an amazing energy inside of us. We simply don't know how to use it. But if we develop this energy that is stored, sleeping at the bottom of our column, Hui Yin, this energy will fire up all the energetical centers that we have, and we will be able to live without food and water. How is that possible? And he taught them the exercise of the turtle. And they managed to open the cave something like 20 years later, and they were all in good health. I don't know if it's a legend. There are many people on earth that claim to, and they were all, some of them, they were scientifically tested, like Teresa Neumann. And they prove to mankind, to the good-willing people, that is possible, that we have this power. Each and every one of us has this power. Jesus said, I have a food you don't know, when they brought him food. So, I don't think it's so important, because to have this kind of power can also go to our head and confuse ourselves, make us like super humans that can be adored by other people. So we fall into other temptations and problems. So I wouldn't I wouldn't fight to get this power to live without food. But it's interesting for the implications. that can happen. But maybe it can decrease the amount of food that we need. Maybe it can help us to understand that there are other energies in ourselves that can be developed. That's the main fact. And this exercise especially is important to calm the nervous system, the autonomous nervous system especially, that regulates everything. And the total can be practiced in any moment of the day, but I suggest in the morning when you wake up and in the evening before going to bed. I think that's the best moment, but it can be practiced in any moment. And the position can be whatever you want. I suggest sitting with a little object under your buttocks so that most of the weight is on your buttocks, but something like 20% of the weight is on your knee, sorry, on your heel. So you can practice the compression on Hui Yin. I will show you later what I mean, but you know, that's the same compression that we made for the deer exercise, exactly the same. In these exercise in the turtle, I suggest that you use the Jalandhara Bandha contraction. That's something that comes from the Indian world. You see our larynx, the Adam apple, okay? So when you swallow, you see the larynx that goes up and down, goes up and down. Look. See? You can do this movement, almost this movement, without swallowing. Just, this is swallowing, without doing it like this. You see? Very simple. It's a contraction that can be done. This in union with the exercise can make something like a stopper on your chest, so that can trap the breath inside without holding your chest open actively. So it's a more relaxing way to do the exercises. When we breathe, we consider 4 phases. Inspiration, kumbhaka, so means staying with your lung full. Expiration, rechaka, so staying still with your lungs empty. Jalandhara Bandha should be practiced during kumbhaka, so at the end of inspiration. I'll show you like this. You lower your head, almost touching with the chin on your chest, and do the contraction, okay? And then you don't do it anymore. This is something that can be used in almost any exercise where you stay with your lung full. You make a pause with your lung full of air. And I suggest that you practice with this exercise the Samavritti Pranayama. It's a pranayama quadrato, square pranayama. A square, 4 sides, same of the same length, and here we have the 4 phases of respiration. So, breathing in, kumbhaka, breathing out, rechaka. All these phases should be of the same length. So we have something like a time, for example, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 7 seconds. It depends on your capacity. Don't choose a too long period, a too long time, because in this way you will feel something like a lack of air when you inspire, when you breathe in. In that case, lower this, decrease the amount of seconds that you use as a base. So not 4, 4, 4, 4, but 3, 3, 3, and 3. Okay, and if you feel comfortable, on the other hand, you can increase this time. For example, from 4 you make 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. This is the pranayama quadrato. Samavriti pranayama. Don't worry if you feel something like a cracking on your neck when you practice the turtle, because that's due to tensions that we accumulate on this area. And if you stay a few days practicing the exercise, the crackings will go away. And to explain the breathing in the proper way, I'll show you I help to explain the crane also. This is an exercise that teaches us how to use the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a wall that separates two cavities. We have this like a dome made of tendons and muscles that do like this. And we become like a bellows. Our chest becomes like a bellows that pumps, when it's compressed, pumps the air outside. And when it's dilated, sucks the air inside. So when our diaphragm does like this, sucks the air, does like this, pumps the air out of our chest. Most of the children, of the little children, first probably 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years, they use this kind of movement of muscle when they breathe. So you will see a sleeping baby. You will see the belly that goes up and down, up and down, up and down, with the breathing movement. And it goes up when we breathe in, and it goes down when he breathes out. And most of the adults lose this ability if we don't concentrate ourselves. When we want to make a big breath, we do like this. With the crane, we learn in a different way. We use the upper part of the chest in the end of the respiration, of the inspiration. We begin with the abdominal part of the respiration, so we breathe mostly with the diaphragm. So the crane, the exercise should be practiced to improve our consciousness of the muscles involved in the process of respiration. So we should do like this. I'll show it to you. We put our hands, our palms, on our belly, and then we see it as it goes up, like this. No, better like this. Breathe in, breathe out. You see, the chest is still. No movement. This is just the diaphragm moving. Down, up, down, up. But the ancient respiration in 3 phases is like this. First phase abdominal, then the middle part of the chest, and then the upper part of the chest, like this. Again, abdominal, middle, upper part. Again. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3 again. Okay? And another part that I want to explain to you of the exercise is the control belt. We can, in the beginning, we learn to do like this. This is the crane exercise. That should be added to the total and to the deer, to bonobo, to every exercise. The bonobo. So, if we do with the control belt, we maintain the lower part of the abdomen under the navel, approximately where we put the belt, like here, there's a line, and the lower part is not dilated, is retained, kept where it is, and the upper part goes up. I show you the difference. Now I'll perform the crane respiration with no control on the belt. With the control belt now. No control, control. No control, controlled. You see the difference? Now we practice the total. The total with the respiration all together. The total is 4 phases. Inspiration with the control belt, the respiration in 3 steps, and then we lower our head and we practice Jalandhara Bandha if we can. Then we stay there, we contract with the full lungs. Jalandhara Bandha closes the chest from up. We can relax the muscles. We make the contraction of the deer exercise. We feel the energy that goes up. Then we relax the muscle. We breathe out, 3rd phase. We breathe out first the abdomen, then the middle part, then the upper part, and then we go with the head from here to here. So, in inspiration, we end the inspiration, positioning, putting our chin on the chest. So, I show you. Now I'll tell you what I do. Inspiration, lower part, middle part, upper part. Kumbhaka, Jalandhara Bandha, contraction of the deer. Then breathe out, relax everything. Contraction of the deer. Breathe in, and the cycle goes again. I'll show you with what I do. Normally I use a blanket folded few times to have something like a little bit of space under your buttocks. So you put 80% of your weight on your buttocks, and 20% on the heel that is positioned just under Hui Yin. Exactly. We can use this position, or if we can, this position, a quarter of the lotus, like this. Okay. Many times I put something under my leg. I feel more comfortable like this. So you have to find the right point of compression on Hui Yin. And now I can practice the exercise, the total. With, I will show you, with the respiration in 3 phases. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And I'll show you with the pranayama quadrato, with the samavriti pranayama, and then with the square pranayama, and Jalandharabandha, the contraction at the end of inspiration, and the deer exercise, you cannot, the contraction, you cannot see it, but you know that I am doing it. Okay? Thumbs inside your palms. And here we go again. Beautiful. With this wonderful exercise, I salute you and see you in the next video. Happy practice.